Hi guys. Okay, how we going? Woohoo! Right, good morning everyone. I'm awake. So it's Louis in the UK. I'm just on the laptop. Everyone knows I'm in Southwest UK. I'm 57. I'm an avid Elvis fan, have been since I was 4 years old. We're here to defend Elvis Presley. Defending Elvis Presley, that's the name. We also, fans want the truth. Fans want the truth, guys. The more I do this channel, the more, as the days go on, and the days race by, don't they, guys? Every day goes so quick. I feel like it was yesterday that we started doing Defending Elvis. Hi, Diana. And it's just so much has happened so quickly. I've built up this massive family of hundreds of people. Let's have a look. Morning, Cherie, Rebecca, Colleen, Pamela. Is that a new name? Pamela, are you new? I always like to see new people. Pamela, where are you from, my friend? Where are you from? Are you an Elvis fan? Welcome to our family. Welcome. We've all got our coffees here. In fact, I'm going to put some more water in my coffee so it lasts. We've all got our nice coffee so we can have a chat together. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. Georgia. Oh, right. You're from the same place as Shauna. Shauna's from Tenderly Loving Elvis is from Georgia, isn't she? Do you watch Shauna on her channel, Tenderly Loving Elvis? Hi, Rosemary. Hi, Teresa. So, for any new people, we defend Elvis Presley. The name of this channel is Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. And we are Team Elvis. We are Team Elvis. And the purpose of this channel, it never used to be, but has become Defending Elvis Presley. Yeah, I tell you what, did any of you get to watch Rhonda's live last night? Excellent. We had Amy, who is one of our members and subscribers. She is amazing, Amy Collette. I tell you what, if you want to learn a lot more about Elvis Presley's true medical problems, Amy is a go-to person. Amy really, really does know what she's talking about and has done massive research. Massive. Amy Collette. And she's on Presley Mania being interviewed with Rhonda. Let's get it up so I can show you a picture of it. Did any of you watch that last night? Because I tell you what, it's great watching. I love Amy. Me and Amy get on very well. I highly respect Amy. Her advice is priceless. Amy really knows what she's talking about. Let me just see if any of you watched it. I haven't watched Shauna's show for last night. I'm gonna. You know I love Shauna. Tenderly Loving Elvis. She's amazing. We are Elvis defenders, aren't we? We are defending Elvis channels. And it's growing. Rare Elvis Photos. He's been doing a lot of defending Elvis lately, and he gives us a shout. I've been very fortunate. We're getting other channels now that are talking about our channel, Defending Elvis Presley and Team Elvis. Because remember, Team Elvis, you guys, taking care of business, guys. TCB. Right, so let me just quickly get a snapshot of Presley Mania. That you guys know that I massively want the Defending Elvis channels to come together. I really think it's important. I really do believe that it's important that we talk about each other, and I tell you why. Because we are stronger together. We can make a difference together. So let me just, I'm just going to. Now, guys, if you're into finding out the truth about Elvis Presley and his health, why he took so many pills, why he was known as a drug addict, which is ridiculous, watch this program. Watch Presley Mania. Watch Presley Mania, guys, seriously. And I'll just get you I'll just put a picture up of Amy and Rhonda together talking. Now, I won't play Rhonda's videos because I just think that I don't want to step on her shoes.
Priscilla, first of all,
let's just get them. Right, here we go. Right, Amy, if you're watching now, I hope you don't mind me talking about you, talking about the great show that you had last night. Now, Amy is a smart cookie. Yeah. She's also a bundle of fun as well. And a beautiful lady. So, this is Amy Collett. Now, she may be watching now. If you remember, we are called Defending Elvis Presley. And a massive thing we defend is, definitely in my opinion, is Elvis was not a drug addict. He was not a drug addict. He had become very sick, very unwell. We're talking chronic health issues here that affected every part of his body. And we know about many things have been spoken about in the book, Sally Hoddle's book, Destined to Die Young. Now, I'm not against that book. In case you don't know it, guys, I'll get it out for you. Now, Amy, what Amy's trying to do, and I think it's very fair, is get a mixture of all different information coming from different doctors. From different people, and she's bringing them together. Let's have a look. I just want to quickly show you the cover of these books so that we are being fair. Now, we have had a dispute recently with Sally Hoddle. Now, this is her book. Now, many of you have read this book and find it very touching and a great read. Now, I do think that Amy doesn't agree with everything in this book, but she does it in a very respectful way, and she explains herself very well. It's such a good listen, guys. If you really want to understand Elvis's different chronic health problems and the type of medications he took, listen to Amy. And read the book Destined to Die Young. And there's a Dr. Tennant, I think it is. Now, I'm no expert, guys. I'm just Louis at home in his kitchen. Let's have a look. Let's see what comes up. I'm just going to see if I can. I'm Googling as it goes, so we're learning. Right, here we go. Right, here we go. I'm pretty sure this is the book. If you're watching, Amy, tell me if I'm wrong. So, Forrest Tennant, The Strange Medical Saga of Elvis Presley. Let's have a look. So, I'm pretty sure that's the book. Let me just go on to Amazon, quickly read about it. Let's see if it gives us a bit of a write-up. It may not. Here we go. All right, it's quite a big write-up. Okay, I'm going to read it, guys, because I think it's important. Now, we're covering a few topics today. Before I read that, and I swig a big coffee down, I hope you guys have got a coffee because we're going to be here for a while. Now, I'm warning you all. The kids will come down and jump on me and be annoying, even though I love them. The dogs will start barking their heads off when the postman delivers. And who knows what else is going to happen in my house, in my kitchen. It's noisy. So we've got a bit of quiet now. Fingers crossed, touch wood. I won't be attacked by my family. This is what happens when you do videos from your kitchen. Right. Before I read that, let's have a little listen, little read. So I do like to welcome everyone. So we've got Colin. Hi, Colin. We got Rebecca. Let's have a look. We have Carolyn. We have Colleen. We have Pamela, who is a newbie. Hi, Pamela. You're very welcome. Everyone say hello to Pamela if you don't mind. Teresa, Rosemary, Sandra. Sandra's in Nashville. Rebecca's in Australia. Colin says good morning to Team Elvis. Yo, Team Elvis, you rock. We have... let's have a look. I think that's most of you. Carolyn's here. I think we've covered everyone. Lorna. Hi, Lorna. Right, Melissa, what do you think about girlfriends acting like he was a toddler who couldn't be left alone because of the drugs? I don't believe it, Melissa. Don't believe it. Colin, isn't it Ginger says he was nothing like that, and I believe Elvis would be humiliated. Now, we're gonna talk a little bit. Is Amy here in our chat? I got a feeling Amy's listening. Yes, Diana. I've been chatting to Amy this morning. She's a busy lady. She can't always come in and join us. She is a subscriber and she's also a member. She is a beautiful lady. And I'm sure now that she's done this show with Rhonda, we're going to see a lot more of Amy. She's so smart. So smart. Too smart. Amy, you're too smart. I love her. And she's helped me lots. She's helped me a lot. She's a great girl. Right. And I know that Rhonda and Amy are going to Elvis Week this week. And they're very, very excited about it. And I wish I was going as well. Now we're talking about Elvis Week. Melissa, are you there? Melissa, me and Melissa have been chatting about Linda Thompson. Now, you guys know that Linda Thompson is going to be at Elvis Week. It does seem now like the Presleys aren't going to Elvis Week. Priscilla, it does seem, is definitely not going to Elvis Week. So that does speak volumes, doesn't it, guys? I do think there's a lot of upset behind the scenes with Priscilla. Let's have a look. Ginger says he was nothing like that, and I believe. So me and Melissa have been talking about Linda Thompson a lot. I've been getting quite a few messages about Linda Thompson. I think even more so because she's at Elvis Week. She's one of the headline people. I actually took a picture of her show. Now, I just want you guys to know, I've got nothing against Linda Thompson. I like Linda Thompson. Let me just tell Lorraine we're live. Let's have a look. So Linda Thompson's just sent me a message. No, not Linda Thompson. Lorraine sending me. Lorraine, are you there? Hello. Lorraine says, are you going live? Have you sorted everything out with Elvis is the Man? You guys know we've had a bit of an issue with Elvis is the Man, who called our channel's name weird. I found him very rude. His name's Dave. But I will just say this, guys. I fully forgive him. I have no bad feelings towards him. I send him love. If he wants to be friends with us and join in on our live streams, he's very welcome. I actually enjoy a lot of his channel. There are certain things that he posts I don't like, but generally he's got a good channel. He's been around for years. He's got nearly 80,000 subscribers, so he must be doing something right. He gets lots of support. I've had a few people message me telling me they love his channel and they would like my channel and his channel to be friends, and me and Dave to forgive and get on and move on. And I do. I got no bad feeling towards Dave, and Elvis is the man. But I will say this, guys. I'm going to read some of your comments of support that I've had from you guys through the night. I could hear my phone pinging, ping, ping, ping while I'm asleep. You're all waking me up. Loads of you supporting my little dispute with Elvis is the man, with Dave, because he called our channel name weird. So you guys, I thank you so much. I thank you so much. I'm going to read some of those comments. So let's just, right, is Lorraine on? So Lorraine is saying, I hope, Elvis is the man channel. I hope you know, let's have a look. So she's obviously had issues with him. I'm not going to say the words she used. So defending Elvis, right, so she was saying she was defending Elvis and she was nice and polite and calm. She said she'll be watching our show because don't forget Lorraine is in Australia, so completely different time zone. Then she says, I don't have to get up tomorrow. Yay. I can talk to you in a chat group. And then she asked me if I liked Amy and Rhonda's video talking about the book Destined to Die Young. I think, yes, I loved it. I loved it. I don't think they were actually talking about the book. I think Amy's trying to be fair. This is what I think. I think what Amy's trying to do is get snippets of different things and her own knowledge from her own research. And she's done a lot of research. And she's trying to pull it all together and just get as close to the truth as we can about Elvis's medical problems, and that proves that he did need a lot of medication to get through the day towards the later years of his life, especially in his late 30s and early 40s, and also proof that he was not well as a child, and he was not well even through his 20s and 30s. But Elvis seriously did need his medication, and Elvis was a proud man, so he kept it to himself. So many people thought he was a drug addict, including the Memphis Mafia and girlfriends. But Elvis tried to keep his medical issues to do with his heart, his liver, his lungs, his breathing, his colon, his megacolon, his glaucoma, his blood pressure. I could go on and on. I'm no doctor. I'm no expert. This is just a general chit chat. So if I get my facts wrong, Amy, don't slate me, because you know I never get it right. My point is, Elvis did need his medication. He was not an addict. And this is what Amy is trying to prove. And was he addicted to many of the tablets he took? I would have thought so. Definitely. You know, you take painkillers and sedatives and uppers and all the different tablets you need to fix your medical problems, to do with constipation, to do with health issues. You're going to be addicted to them, guys. It's going to be a lot of side effects. So there's that. Like, I'm jumping around on topics, aren't I? Now, with the situation with Elvis is the man, and the fact that he said that Elvis popped pills to sweat, it's just ridiculous. You know how I feel about it. I've had hundreds of messages from you supporting that it's rubbish. I don't care if it's been in books or if Jackie Wilson supposedly shared information that Elvis had taken these salt tablets. It's a joke. It's ridiculous. I don't believe it. And this is why we're called Defending Elvis Presley Fans Want the Truth, because these stories have been repeated for over 40 years and it gets blown up and it just keeps going on and on and on. This is why we're all fed up, guys. We want to defend Elvis. We want to go, come on. It's silly. You're saying silly things about Elvis, and unfortunately, the public, who are not Elvis fans, believe all the lies, all the rubbish. They believe it all. They think Elvis was married to a blooming 14-year-old and was addicted to heroin. That's how ridiculous it is. They think Elvis sat in his bedroom gorging on cheeseburgers. It's a joke. It's a joke, guys. So this is why we're always going to jump in and defend Elvis. So Ellie, back to Melissa. We have been talking about Linda Thompson. Melissa, are you still there? We have been talking about Linda Thompson. Melissa has given me some great information about Linda Thompson. So I want to try and give a broader, fairer look at Linda Thompson. I do think from the information I'm receiving, and I had a very, very, very long comment from, let me see if I got the name of this comment. Let me just see if I got the person's name from, let's have a look. I'm going to have to find it, but I sent it to Melissa. Let's see if it comes up on my chat with Melissa. Now, this comment from, let me just see if I can find it. It is from, is it there? Come on, where are you? Where are you? Aha. Is from Siguriats, Seguraats, Siguriats. And she has given me a very, very detailed comment about, you'll find it in the comments on our channel, about Linda Thompson. So we do need to dig deep a bit with Linda Thompson and get more to the truth. Now, I do like Linda Thompson. I like her interviews. She comes across very genuine. I'm not surprised that she's at Elvis Week, because I would say that she portrays a much fairer image of Elvis than Priscilla does, in my opinion. But I'm not, but Melissa, Lorraine, no, he hasn't. Lorraine, no, Elvis is the man, has definitely not apologized. But I'm going to do another video on Linda Thompson, and we're going to go through all this information that's been sent to me. If you're a real Linda Thompson fan, you might not be happy, because I'm going to be quite honest. So now, I have got nothing against Linda Thompson. There's no hate. I'm not trying to stir hate. I just want us, as Elvis fans that are searching for the truth, if you guys are all messaging me things about Linda Thompson, I can't ignore it. You are subscribers, you're members. I can't just go, oh, no, Linda Thompson's amazing. I love her. She's amazing. I can't do that. I have to, in fairness to people like Melissa, I have to give a broad picture. And even more so because the fact that she's one of the main people at Elvis Week, I think I have to cover it, guys. I have to cover it. So let's have a look. So I want to show you I've got to find it. I can never find anything when I want it. But obviously she's quite a big thing at Elvis Week. So I want to show you guys. Her thing is sold out. I don't know if you can read that. Let's just wait for it to focus in. It does take a few seconds, but it will come up. Do your thing, PC. Come on. There we go. There we go. We're getting it. Nope. Hang on. Let's get it to focus. There we go. The miracle of technology. So her thing is sold out. Let's read it. Linda Thompson's Graceland Mansion question and answer experience at 6 p.m. at Graceland Mansion is sold out, and it was $1,250, guys. Limited availability, only 10 available. Limited to 2 per purchase, 2 per purchaser across all celebrity experiences times. After an hour Graceland experience with special guest Linda Thompson, who dated Elvis between 1972 and 1976, first enjoy a guided tour of Graceland Mansion by VP of Graceland Archives and Exhibits, Angie Marquise. Then take part in a very special question and answer session with Linda Thompson from inside the Jungle Room, as she answers your questions and shares her favorite stories and memories of Graceland. The experience also includes a photo and autograph op with Linda Thompson and Graceland Mansions. Please note, no personal cell calls or photos or videos will be allowed during the experience. I tell you what, I know that's a lot of money, $1,250, but I like it. You get to sit in the jungle room with Linda Thompson and ask her questions, and then you get an autograph, a signed photo from her. Sounds great to me. Melissa, you want to go, don't you? You love Linda, Melissa. Yeah? Melissa, should we both pay the $1,250 and go and see her together, you and me? Sit with Linda Thompson, ask her some questions? I'm just being a wind-up. I'm being a tease. But we are doing a Linda Thompson video later. Not this morning. This morning is a general chat. We're just going to keep chatting until the kids jump on me. So we were talking about Rhonda and Amy and her amazing interview that was on Presley Mania. I watched it this morning. I'm going to watch it again and again, because all of the medical knowledge that Amy was talking about, and she was talking about other people like Dr. Tennant, is it? And obviously Sally Hoddle's book. I want to absorb it. I want to understand Elvis's medical problems. I want to understand what medication he was taking, why he was taking it. And I think that video with Presley Mania and Amy is excellent. I really do hope that Amy does more videos, more interviews, so that we can learn from her opinion, from her point of view, Elvis's true medical problems. Because I think the fans need to know. Because we need to know, as Defending Elvis Presley, as a Defending Elvis Presley channel, we need to understand what was really wrong with Elvis. And not just in the later years when he was in his late 30s and his early 40s, when he had a personal nurse and a personal doctor. We want to know what Elvis's medical history was and condition when he was a child. Now, don't forget, Elvis's twin, Jessie, was stillborn. Now, I'd like to know if these medical problems that Elvis had throughout his whole life had something to do with Jessie being stillborn. Because we're never going to know why Jessie was stillborn, God rest his soul. But could it have had something to do with the medical problems that Elvis was plagued with his whole life? And remember, in his late 30s, Elvis was seriously unwell, chronically unwell. And it just got worse and worse in his early 40s. And then don't forget, of course, Elvis becomes addicted to many of these medications, and which causes a lot of side effects throughout his body, especially with inflammation and puffiness. And I actually think Elvis, at the end of his life, especially in his early 40s, just struggled to get through each day, which breaks my heart. I really do think that Elvis, at the end of his life, every day for him was a nightmare, but he was such a positive person. And if you listen to Ginger Alden's interviews, you can tell that Elvis, regardless of his health problems, always tried to be upbeat and funny and to enjoy the days and really tried to fight through the fact that his body had let him down, the fact that he had become dependent on many medications. So, right, why aren't the Smiths welcome to Graceland? I'm going to New Year and we'll love to see them. It's a shame. I agree, Carolyn. I do you know what? Now you mention that, Carolyn, I want to do a live stream about the Smiths because they're such lovely people. I definitely watch their channels, both of them. I think the way they've been treated is disgusting. It's completely wrong. Unfortunately, even Elvis Presley Enterprises have not treated them right. I would like Riley Q to give them a chance. I really hope that Riley can see what us Elvis fans see, that family has been mistreated. So I really do hope So I'm going to scroll backwards on your comments and just read some of them out. So Colleen says, I believe the Smiths have their own Elvis suite. I would go to that one. Yeah, it's great. So Melissa, I can't believe people are paying that price to listen to praise herself and paying money to hear Shirley in general. She said she hated the Elvis fans. Now, the Shirley interview, I'm guessing you're talking about the Tenderly Loving Elvis interview about Shirley with Shauna. I haven't watched it, but I'm going to. I want to come back and I want to do a review of the Shirley interview, and I want to do a review of Amy with Rhonda. I just want to go through all that, but before I do that, I want to really watch them, get them in my head, understand them, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to discuss both those shows because I think they were great. Right, let's have a look. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't it Amy who found out that Priscilla had a lien on Graceland? Diana, it's a great question. Now, I know the answer to that, but I would rather Amy answer that question herself. Yeah. And guys, we know about the lien, the charge, the deed of trust. I've actually got a picture of it. So we all know I have very strong views about the second divorce settlement. I personally, in my opinion, feel that the second divorce settlement is part of the reason that Elvis died. I really believe that. I really think that the second divorce settlement, I must be on my other phone, but there's a deed of trust. Now, let's just try and do a quick recap. I don't want to go over it too much because you guys have heard me talk about it too many times. So Priscilla's unfaithful, 1968. She's unfaithful again, 1971. She demands a divorce, 1971. End of 71. By 72, she's screaming for a divorce. Elvis is going mad because he's found out about Mike Stone, the karate champion, that she was secretly seeing for a year. Priscilla was secretly seeing for a year behind his back. Now, remember, when Priscilla was unfaithful in 68, she had just had a baby, Lisa Marie. So they have the first divorce settlement. Yeah. I think Elvis was very fair. I think Elvis was really good to Priscilla. I think that should have been the end of it. It should have been Priscilla going off with Mike Stone, which, I'm upset about because she took Lisa Marie with her. She broke up her family with Elvis, and Priscilla also broke up Mike Stone's family because he was married with a child on the way. Now, I'm horrified by all that happening because, in my opinion, Priscilla wanting to have sex with another man, it broke up two families and broke the heart of Mike Stone's wife and took away Mike Stone as a father from his child that was in Mike Stone's wife's inside her, not even born yet. Right, so jumping forward. So as horrible as it all was, they agree a divorce settlement, even though initially Priscilla did say she didn't want anything, but she soon came running back for more money. Elvis was very fair, very generous, gave her basically anything she wanted. Everything goes quiet. Elvis and Priscilla learn to live separate lives. Supposedly were still friends, which could have been true in 1973, 1974. But as soon as Priscilla demanded a second divorce settlement, and in my opinion, she had to accuse Elvis, and I've read this in the deposition, as soon as Priscilla had her mind set on getting more money, a second divorce settlement, a massive amount of money. I don't know who encouraged her to do it. Attorneys, who knows? Richard Kardashian, who knows, guys? I think the friendship completely changed. There was no, me and Elvis are good friends. There's no, Elvis is the love of my life. The second divorce settlement was extremely cruel. I think it was barbaric. I think it was one of the most horrible divorce settlements that has ever happened in the history of a celebrity. And she really did take Elvis to the cleaners, forcing him, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes, forcing him to get this lien, this charge placed on Graceland, Elvis's home. You know, the deed of trust was created to enable that. Elvis couldn't afford it, so the lien was placed, and then it was agreed that the money that she was demanding, which I think was $1.5 million, which was an absolute fortune in 1977. Now, remember, this is all going on in 1977 when Elvis was very, very unwell. At the same time as the Memphis Mafia book was released, what happened? And Elvis was chronically, seriously unwell. So you can imagine this is all going on in 1977. But my point is this. They were not friends after seven. Once she went back for the second divorce settlement, where she had to go to a judge and accuse Elvis of fraud to allow her to relook at the divorce settlement and then go for more money, there's no way they were friends. No way. I don't care what anyone says. When I see this thing about, they walked out of the courtroom holding hands and all the rest of it, yes, maybe they did, but that was because Elvis was just too nice. He was too nice. He tried to put on a good face for the public. He tried to come across in that way for Lisa Marie because he cared about how Lisa Marie perceived them. The truth is, behind the scenes, they were arguing a lot about money, and Vernon and Elvis were pulling their hair up because they felt they were going to lose Graceland to Priscilla. Could you imagine that? Lose Graceland to Priscilla because Elvis could not afford the second divorce settlement. He could not afford it. And remember, this went on to him, I think, in my opinion, being forced to sell his recording rights to RCA, because I've always said to you guys, it doesn't make any sense that Elvis sold his recording rights. Why would he? It's one of the most stupid things you can do is sell your recording rights, especially someone as big as Elvis. Why did he sell them? Because he was forced to, because he could not afford to pay Priscilla, and he felt he was going to lose Graceland. The power that this gave Priscilla, once that charge was placed on Graceland, and then Paul Vernon dies in 1979, the power that gave Priscilla was massive. Total control. I don't care what anyone says. Once Priscilla had the deed of trust, the charge, the lien, you call it what you want, placed on Graceland's, Elvis's home, she was top dog. She could call the shots. And could you imagine how that made Elvis feel, though? Could you put yourself in Elvis's shoes? He sold his recording rights to try and pay Priscilla. Now, Priscilla comes across as if she loves Elvis. He's the love of her life. And they were still on the phone to each other 2 days before he passed away. And they were better friends after the divorce. Nah, don't fall for it, guys. In my opinion, for entertainment purposes, do not fall for it. They were arguing about Lisa Marie. They were arguing about money and property. That is what was going on, in my opinion. I'm allowed to have an opinion. So don't fall for it, guys. This is why we're called Defending Elvis Presley. So moving on, my point is that it's just, how can I say it? It's almost like until we get all these facts out, we're blinkered. It's almost like we've been like this for 40 years. And bit by bit, people like these researchers that are doing that spending hours and hours finding this information for us, finding these documents for us. Like the most recent documents we've had were proof that Graceland's, the museum, was planned before Priscilla came along. By Vernon, by Colonel Tom Parker, by the Memphis City. And we've proved that it wasn't because of Priscilla that Graceland was saved and opened as a living museum, because it was already going to happen. But yes, Priscilla was the front person eventually. Once Vernon died, Priscilla grabbed the idea and ran with it, because it was all that we've proved that Memphis City had already planned it all out. Memphis Museum, Graceland Museum, was already planned out in detail. And Priscilla grabbed that information and ran with it and then took all the credit for it, which I don't think is fair. The right people should be given credit that truly thought up the idea for the Graceland Living Museum and that prevented Graceland from being sold. It shouldn't all be Priscilla. I just don't think that's fair. And I'm not saying that to be hateful to Priscilla. I'm saying it because we just want the truth. We just want the truth, guys, isn't it? That's why we're called Defending Elvis. Fans want the truth. So anyway, let's keep going, because sometimes I lose my train of thought. So let's keep going. I'm just going to try and read some of your comments. So I think that was an answer for Amy. Linda should... Let's have a look. So, yes, I'd love to ask Linda about David Briggs, why, if it was so in love with her, why Elvis bought her a house to get her out of Graceland. Lorraine, I think Rosemary Hardy, very true feelings, frightened by our group, defending Elvis because they don't. I do like, it would be nice if these Elvis channels were defending Elvis. When I was watching Elvis the Man's channel, I found it was a mix match. It was sometimes you defend him, sometimes you make him look bad. This is what I found. The other thing I found on Elvis is the Man's channel is that there was a lot of negative comments that didn't like many of the videos he was posting, that felt that he had portrayed Elvis in the wrong light. There's quite a lot of comments saying that. There's many of you people that have messaged me saying that you've stopped subscribing to him years ago because you found him very arrogant. I'm just repeating what you guys were saying. Right, let's just try and bring things up to date. Otherwise, we're never going to I'm trying to get as much in as I can now, guys, before the kids come down, because I think they're going to be down in a minute. This is just a sort of a general chat with us, guys. It's not really, there's no specific topic. So Rosemary's off. Bye, Rosemary. Take care, Rosemary. It's obvious Elvis loved the ladies, but I don't think Elvis would want to sleep with one of the guy's girlfriends. I hope not. That's Melissa. He was married to Murmur, won't talk to her. Yes, Jerry and Schilling have had a lot of going on a long time. Right, let's have a look. Elvis Presley should be holding the grudge against Jerry Schilling. He slept with Priscilla before Elvis ever did anything to Elvis. Presley bought Jerry Schilling a house. Right, I know that Elvis bought Jerry Schilling a house. Now, Lorraine, I say this to you. I know it's obvious that you think that Jerry Schilling and Priscilla slept with each other, but we need proof. We need proof. You can give your opinions, but I do think there are questions to be asked when it comes to Jerry Schilling's and Priscilla. I do also think that after Elvis died, that Priscilla and Jerry Schilling have done a lot of business together, made a lot of money together, have been in bed together. But do we know that Jerry slept with Priscilla? No, we don't know that. So we're entitled to our opinions, but at the moment, I think we need to research more about Jerry Schilling and his friendship with Priscilla. Also, Jerry Schilling's how can I put it? Because him and Priscilla were so close for so many decades, what impact that had on the Graceland legacy, what impact that had on Elvis Presley Enterprises. I'm interested to know, because a lot of money's changing hands. Now, remember, Priscilla was the top dog for 40 years. So there was a lot of business dealings going on, especially with Elvis Presley Enterprises, but also with Graceland, also with, all the memorabilia, all the artifacts, Elvis's treasure trove. So there's many questions to be asked about Jerry Schilling and Priscilla. Many, many. Let's have a look. So, Melissa, I don't know. Do you think that a cover of For His Feelings and Discretion? So I'm going backwards, guys, because otherwise we're never going to catch up. He said in an interview that it was the girl that he cared about. Yes, we don't really know who that is yet, do we? Some of you think it was June Junico. Sandra, I don't remember her name, but Jerry tells a story of how Elvis slept with their... Apologized to him, and I don't buy it. It's obvious Jerry is in love with Priscilla. So this story that Elvis slept with Jerry Schilling's girlfriend, I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. I'd want proof. And then you say, Melissa, you say Jerry's in love with Priscilla. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me because she was so stunningly beautiful and sexy when she was very young. So he was just a young man, wasn't he? So it wouldn't surprise me, but we don't know that. We don't know that. I don't remember her name. Let's have a look. Elvis slept with Jerry's wife, Sandy. Now, Diana, I have heard about this, yeah? That meant that the end of his marriage, but Elvis had the courage to confess his love to Jerry and apologize. Maybe Jerry still holds a grudge. Who knows? Right, Diana, I respect you. Your comments to me are amazing. The information you send me is brilliant. But can we prove this? I ask you, can we prove this? Because this is, to me, is similar to the story with the sweat tablets, where with the Jackie Wilson story, that Elvis supposedly took salt tablets to sweat so that he looked sexier and his hair looked wet, etc. and on stage. Now, I think it's a complete joke. I honestly think that the sweat tablet story is ridiculous. So my point to you, Diana, is I'm asking you nicely, can you prove in any way that Elvis slept with Jerry Schilling's girlfriend, Sandy? So please comment. Please comment. Right, I'm going to scan back down just to see if Diana. Now the reason I do this, guys, is because I do think that if an accusation is made that is a bit serious, I do think we have to try and back it up somehow. Maybe in an interview, a book, just anything that at least gives it some credibility. I mean, I'll be honest with you. You guys have sent me information about Jackie Wilson and his salt tablets, that it's also been in different books. And it's been said by one of the Memphis Mafia members, but I still don't believe it. Because the fact that it's in a book doesn't make it so. It doesn't mean it happened. Because I think a lot of these books are full of lies. A lot of these books are full of lies. Right, it was written in Jerry's book and it would not be true. Why did the relationship ended so suddenly? And of course, I cannot prove it, but it would fit the pattern. That's fair enough. But I will say this. How can I say it in a nice way for Jerry? He seems like a nice guy. He's always been one of the Memphis Mafia that spoke highly of Elvis. I know his book. Many of you have told me about his book, that his book is great. But you have to see it differently. If Jerry has secretly had affairs with Priscilla, it does mean that we can't trust everything he's put in his book. So I dispute it. I dispute that Elvis slept with Jerry's wife, Sandy. I think there's a high chance that he didn't. I think, again, this is what Priscilla does. She says things to get public sympathy. This is, again, what Priscilla does. She says things to get people on side, to get people to agree with her, to get people to feel sorry for her. Now, if Jerry has been secretly on and off seeing Priscilla since way back in the 60s, late 60s, early 70s, then we don't know if it's true. We don't know if it's true. I personally don't think Elvis slept with Sandy. But I don't know. It's just my opinion. So I dispute it. Diana, you've just said, I don't believe that Jerry and Priscilla ever had something. He don't fit the pattern. I'm sorry. Jerry I do not agree. He was Jerry is a very, very handsome man, especially in the late 60s and 70s. Yeah. Priscilla was a very sexy girl that, in my opinion, loved men. Priscilla had her eye for a good-looking man. So for you to say that Jerry didn't fancy Priscilla and Priscilla didn't fancy Elvis, no way. I don't agree with you. I do not agree with you. He don't fit the pattern. Sorry, no. We have to look at Priscilla's life. We have to look at You know, we have to think she has a record that if she fancies someone, she goes for them. She goes for them. Yeah. So I'm sorry, Diana, don't agree with you, but it is only an opinion. I want you guys to disagree with me. These are just my opinions. Well, Diana, unfortunately, we have to speculate because we weren't there. We weren't there. Yeah. And look, come on. I know how likable Jerry is. I know he's very likable. We've watched him in loads of interviews. He's so charming. He's so lovely. Yeah. And we've watched him through the decades, right from when he was in his teen years, right till now. And he's probably the most likable Memphis Mafia member, and he has stayed close with Priscilla up to today. We know how close Jerry was with Lisa Marie and with Riley. So I get it, guys. I get it that we all get defensive when we talk about Jerry Schilling and the possibility that he may have had an affair with Priscilla. I understand why we react to that, why we try and defend Jerry. But the truth is, it's very possible. It's very possible. And I say that, Diana, I say that with respect. Yeah. Okay. I actually like it when people disagree with me because it creates debate that we can all talk about. But I'm not going to sit here and agree with people just for the sake of agreeing with people. If I think differently, I'm going to say it, even if it upsets people. I'm going to speak my mind. That's why we're called Defending Elvis Presley, because we're trying to get to the truth through debate, through disagreeing, through information. Because we weren't there. We're not there. We were not there in the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s. We weren't there. Yeah. So a lot of what we say is speculation. Right. Let's have a look. Yeah, Jane, she does. Elvis could get his own chicks. Why would he want to sleep with one of his friend's girls? I don't think Elvis. Melissa, I agree with you. I think Elvis was a very honourable man. I think he had. He was a good Christian man, very good morals, and I can't see Elvis wanting to sleep with someone else's girlfriend. So I take the high road, guys. I'm like, no, I don't think he did it. I don't care where it's been written. I don't care who spoke about it. I don't care what book it's been put in. I don't think he did it. This is Louis' opinion, this is not fact. It is my speculation. No one is going to paint themselves in a bad light in their own book. So I think we need to read a few books to get a glimpse of the truth. I just think the more we dig, we get closer to the truth. I didn't like Jerry's book at all. He inserts himself into many highlights of Elvis's career. If he was a witness to these ever firsthand, I don't believe it at all. I agree. I think that Jerry has been that close to Priscilla for 40 odd years. And I think there's a lot of money involved, books, documentaries, biographies, things that Priscilla made with Jerry. Priscilla does a lot of personal appearances. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong camera. Priscilla does a lot of personal appearances with Jerry. A lot. I watched one the other night. That worries me. The fact that Jerry is in bed with Priscilla, it worries me. It makes me think that if money is a large thing in Jerry's decision-making process, that who knows what has gone on, not just sexually, but financially with Priscilla and Jerry. Can't ignore that, guys. Haven't they even written books together? You tell me. Right. Jerry said that he broke his hand when he found out Elvis died, but he was fine at the funeral. Don't believe it. Okay. I don't know about the breaking hand bit. I'd like to look that up, but thank you. I don't build. Right. Okay. Look how let's have a look. Right. Let's jump on that. Right. Here we go. So let me just go. Let's try and read some more of your comments. Look how in Elvis's book they have Jerry there for everything, his best friend, when he wasn't even around that much. Yeah, because didn't Jerry go off and have his own career and manage the Beach Boys? Come on, let's face it, guys. Would Jerry Schilling have become a music producer or manager of bands like the Beach Boys if he didn't know Elvis? Jerry owes everything to Elvis. Right. Don't fall for his good looks, guys, and his charm. Try and read between the lines. If there's one thing I've learned about defending Elvis Presley and Team Elvis, is we have to read between the lines. Because sometimes it's too easy for us to just read things and go, oh, right, yeah, that happened. Oh, right, yeah, that happened. This is what I was saying to Melissa. Sometimes we have to read between the lines and go, do you know what? Is there another truth hidden behind what we're reading, what we're watching? And I have learned, listen to the story, then rethink the whole thing, because really that story isn't truth. There's another hidden truth. This is what I've learned with defending Elvis Presley. And sometimes it will surprise you. And I say this to you, Diana. Sometimes you have to go deeper. And sometimes you're not going to like what you learn. Unfortunately, if that means seeing Jerry Schilling in a different light, so be it. But I have no hate against Jerry Schilling. He seems like a lovely man. I mean that. Right, so then we got, let's have a look. I adore Amy. She has helped me so much to learn. She is amazing. I love the interview with her and Rhonda today, Presley Mania. YouTube channel. Go what? Yep. Lorraine, I've told everyone it's a must see. Amy is fantastic. We love Amy. She is so smart. And I love the fact that she decided to do this interview with Rhonda on Presley Mania. I love it because Amy's quite a private person. Amy, if you're watching, you're a very private person. Your research is amazing. And you are very smart and you really know what you're talking about. So I highly recommend you guys jump over to Presley Mania, subscribe to her channel, watch Rhonda and Amy have this amazing conversation about Elvis's medical problems and the type of medication he was taking and all the different information resources that Amy taps into to try and get nearer to the truth. Brilliant. Well done, Lorraine. Let's have a look. In my humble opinion, Jerry takes too many salt tablets. Gio, you're so funny. You're so funny. Gio, you get a 10 for that from me. I drink to you, Gio, and your hilarious joke. I'm going to be laughing about that all day. That's because, Gio, that's because you're weird. You must be weird. So funny. Don't forget, Elvis is the man. We are a bunch of weirdos. How does it feel to be weird? I like Jerry, but I also think he got caught up with feelings for Priscilla, and I think that's why he left and started his own career away from Elvis. Yes, Colleen. Yes. I'm going to agree with you. Colleen, I'm going to read it again because I like that comment. I like Jerry, but I also think he got caught up with feelings for Priscilla, and I think that's why he left and started his own career away from Elvis. Come on. This is called reading between the lines. Reading between the lines. We have gut instinct. We have common sense. Come on. There's more to it. There's more to it. Let's not fall for things. Let's not be mugs. He states that he was famous at Russwood concert, 4th of July. Another fib. He states that he was at the... Right, so Jerry says that. Is that true? Now, when you say the Russwood Park concert, you have to educate me. Isn't that also where the Beatles played? I know Elvis did one there. Isn't that the one where he goes round and waves to everyone on a vehicle? Please educate me. Tracy, educate me. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Keep going. I love learning from you guys. Right, I respect your opinion, but I don't agree with you about this. But I think that it seems so that Jerry had fascination. Diana, I do think Jerry was fascinated with Priscilla. I do. I also think he fancied the pants off her. I repeat, I also think he fancied the pants off her. And I don't blame him, because in the 1960s and 70s, she was hot. And I speak as a man. Right. But Deborah Pageant was more hot. Deborah Pageant was more hot. Should we get the book out? Because now Melissa keeps bringing up Deborah Pageant. I don't have it. Let me have it on my phone. Melissa loves Deborah Pageant, don't you, Melissa? So I think Deborah Pageant was lovely. Let's see if we can get her up. Now, she was in the film Love Me Tender. Let's get some images. So I heard Elvis. Ta-da! I heard that Elvis, during the filming of this film, I think it was 1956. I think it was his first film. I heard that Elvis had a massive crush on her, and that because he had a rock and roll reputation, that her parents did not. There we go. Her parents wouldn't allow her to date Elvis. This is what I heard, guys. So let's do a little comparison, shall we? She's so beautiful, and I think a great actress. And I actually have grown to like the film Love Me Tender. The first few times I watched it, I wasn't mad about it, but I've been watching it more recently. I'm going to put a Priscilla picture up, and let's compare the two. I think Deborah Pageant was more naturally beautiful. Let's have a look. Oh, I like that picture. Right, let's have a look. Let's get a picture of Priscilla when she was young. Come on, let's do this. Sorry, guys, I'll try and be quick. Now, I know we do have a picture of Deborah Pageant. I mean, of Priscilla looking like Deborah Pageant, but I just haven't got it. Okay, let's do this. Sorry, guys. Right. Okay, let's do it. Photo. You can decide for yourselves, guys. Here we are. Okay. We've done it. I'm going to show it to you guys, and you can tell me what you think. Maybe we should do a video on Deborah Pageant and Priscilla. Okay. I've just made it. What do you think, guys? Who's prettier? Let's see your comments. I'll just scroll down on your comments. Let's have a vote. Deborah or Priscilla? Let's get a bit closer. Hi, Colin. I think I'm not going to lie, guys. I think Priscilla was a hot, sexy young girl when she was in her 20s and 30s. But Deborah is classy. Now, there's a difference. There's a difference between being hot and being classy. There is a difference from a man's point of view. Yeah, it's funny because the bird's nest hairstyle were giving the impression that Elvis controlled her and made her have that hairstyle, yeah? But I've found interviews where Priscilla admits that she loved the bird's nest hairstyle, that she loved the dark makeup. So this is more of the lies, isn't it? More of the lies that were giving the impression from interviews that Priscilla has done that she didn't like the hairstyle, that it was forced on her because Elvis was controlling. But then you find other interviews in the 90s and the noughties where she's saying she loved it, that she loved it. So this is all part of why we're called Defending Elvis Presley. Oh, thank you, Melissa. Let's have a look. So Melissa sent me a picture. Yeah. Come on, she's a hot girl. Yeah, look at that. Whoa, how can you not think that that is beautiful? Thanks, Melissa. See, look, interaction. We like that. Thanks, Melissa. Now, Melissa is a massive fan of Linda Thompson. I'm just joking. Right, let's have a look. Let's keep going through your comments. I sent you. Let's have a look. Right, let me just quickly. Yeah, we love Lorraine. Lorraine gives the best source of information. Lorraine is great at bringing information together. She gets it from lots of different people, and she sends it to me, and she gives me hours and hours of reading. Lorraine, hours and hours of reading. But I learn so much so fast, and I do appreciate it. Let's have a look. Look at what she did with Mike, knowing that Elvis admired him. She calculated and manipulative. Colleen, I could speak for hours about Mike Stone. I find him horrible. And when you watch the interview of him being proudly boasting about his affair with Priscilla, I just want to reach out and strangle him. His excuse for running away, from leaving his pregnant wife and going off with Elvis's wife, is people don't own each other. People don't own each other. I did nothing wrong. Nobody owns anyone. The worst excuse I've ever heard in my life. Let's have a look. I'm just trying to scan through some of these comments. Let's have a look. How are you this morning, Colin? You okay? Right, November the 5th, 1956. He just happened to be at the Guthrie Park when Natalie Wood was there watching Elvis play football. The Elvis movie says it all. It placed Priscilla and Jerry in situations they weren't in. The Smiths said Jerry called them before the premiere and he didn't even mention the movie. Who knows, guys, isn't it? That's why we're called Defending Elvis Presley. Now, we're just really having a chit-chat this morning. There's no actual subject. I did really want to come on and mention Amy's Presley Mania interview with Rhonda. I really wanted to put that out there because Amy is a shy, quiet person and so helpful that I really want you guys to jump over and watch that. I'm going to watch it a few times because I'm going to educate myself. Yeah. So, Melissa, I am a massive fan of exposing Linda Thompson. I never knew that, Melissa. So, I am going to do a video about Linda Thompson. I'm not going to this live stream that I do about Linda Thompson. It's not going to be a hateful one. I am just going to get the facts out there. Melissa, send me everything you've got. I've got this very long comment that really breaks down all the history with Linda Thompson in detail. Don't forget, Linda Thompson to me is the headline person at Elvis Week this week. So there'll be many of you that love that. I know that many of you are Linda Thompson fans. I like Linda Thompson. I like her. So I just think that if people keep messaging me about Linda Thompson And I also think that because she's quite a headline person at Elvis Week, we have to talk about her. We have to. Yeah, you say it never worked out, Melissa, but she was with Marco Garibaldi Garcia for over 20 years. That's pretty worked out to me. She was with Michael Edwards for over 7 years. She was with a lot of her boyfriends longer than her marriage to Elvis, because I've worked out that Priscilla's marriage to Elvis was only, some of you say it's 4 years and 9 months. I don't agree. I actually think that I class Elvis's relationship, I'm on about when it became serious to the point of having a child, getting married, was December 1966, where they split up, in my mind, in March 68 because of the unfaithfulness just after Lisa Marie was born. I think their marriage was over within a year. But let's be fair, it carried on for a couple more years. Yeah, until she met Mike Stone and had a secret affair with him. Let's be even fairer. In 1963, 64, 65, when Elvis was seeing people like Anne Margaret, let's say they were together then as well, and Elvis was unfaithful. So if we go from 63 and they were completely over by 71, yeah, you've got to think, and then you weigh in the fact they didn't get engaged until 66. The relationship was much less than we all realize. Now, many people say they were together 14 years. That's just ridiculous. They were not together 14 years. They were not together 14 years. So you get what I'm saying, guys. Their relationship was small. Don't forget, even in Germany in 1959, Elvis only knew her for a couple of months. He only knew her for a couple of months. He even admits that in his interview when he comes out of the army. He'd only known her for a couple of months. But the world, the public, have treated Elvis as if he knew Priscilla and had a relationship with Priscilla from the age of 14 till the day they divorced. It's just such rubbish. They hardly knew each other. So what if they spent time together and Elvis poured his heart out to Priscilla? So what? Doesn't mean they were together. By 1960, a few months after he met her, he was back in America making GI Blues and on the Frank Sinatra show. So the public just don't know the truth. So, Carolyn, I guess I don't know enough about Linda. That's sad, though, because I've always liked her and thought she was good for Elvis. Maybe I'm wrong. Carolyn, we're going to learn together because I'm the same as you. I've always liked Linda. I've always liked... Right. So Melissa's opinion of Linda is very much that she is a show person. So it's all about the money, getting attention, making herself look like she was Elvis. She was still with Elvis when she died, and it was all about what she could get out of the fame that because she had spent those years with Elvis. This is Melissa's point of view. We're going to look at it. She was officially in a relationship with Marco Garibaldi, officially because in Scientology it is not allowed not to be married. I think that was the defense calm, and NGD said that they split very quick. All right. I'd have to look into that. I'm not sure about that, Diana. So I won't comment on it because I don't know enough about it. But I will say this to Diana. I am going to try and do some stuff on Scientology and on Navarone. I think I have to. I think the fans expect it. So I will be starting to do some research into Scientology and a bit more about Navarone. I did shut that door, but I just don't think I can anymore. I think you guys have got very strong opinions. Right, let's have a look here. Linda makes out Elvis sounds like he was all drugged up out of help and like a toddler. You can't take your eyes off him and don't fall off the words and beauty pageant smile. Okay, that's I understand that, Melissa. Anne Margaret is better than all of them. Anne Margaret is amazing. We love Anne Margaret massively. Lorna, let's have a look. No, Sandra, why do you want? You can talk as much as you want, Sandra. Have I missed Sandra's comment? Let's have a look. No, I haven't. You could, Sandra, you're very welcome. Deborah, are you watching? Deborah's probably asleep. Deborah, if you're watching this later, we're still trying to find out why your comments are not appearing on our live streams, but we send you love. Let's have a look. Yeah, we love Anne Margaret. Come on. I'm going to do a live stream all about Anne Margaret. She certainly does not. She's amazing. She's a decent woman. Lisa Marie called Marco her stepfather in a legal document. I can't remember what they say. I mean, I've read things that that they secretly married. Yeah, I read that they secretly married. So Gio, stop being a weirdo. Don't forget, we're all weirdos here. Go and take some salt tablets, my friend. You need some salt tablets. Yes, Anne has always. Right, I think we're coming. That's it now, guys. My coffee's over. It's funny. I need my salt tablets. I need to sweat. Oh, guys, I'm not sweating enough. I'm going to go and get some salt tablets. If I have a heart attack, I'm sorry. Okay, we've had a brilliant chat. We've had a brilliant coffee. Is it a coffee chat? We've covered lots of things. I really love it when you guys get involved and interact, not just with me, with each other. Because remember, we are Team Elvis. Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. If any of you are not subscribed, please subscribe. It's really important. If any of you want to be members, you know, I want you to become members. I do. I want you to become members. That's completely up to you. Now, I just want to push the Facebook channel. Please join the Facebook channel so that we can all talk to each other when we're not live. So, Defending Elvis Presley, Louis' daily live streams. Defending Elvis Presley, Louis' daily live streams. And let's have. I'm sure they will make you feel like Jackie Wilson make me sing repeat. Yeah. So, actually, in the end, I haven't read out all the comments. I remember now. I was going to read out the comments that I got from you guys on my Elvis is the Man video, because there's so many on there. There's like more than that. I reckon there's 200 comments on there. Let's have a look. I'll quickly, before I sign off, let's just quickly look how many. So, yeah, so we've got over 1,000 views and 142 comments on the Elvis is the Man reaction video. So I want to read some of those comments off because they're so kind. And even part 2, over 550 views and 47 comments. So I'm going to probably come back and do an Elvis is the Man part 3, which is what this was going to be. But it didn't turn out that way. And then later tonight, I want to do the Linda Thompson video live stream. So hopefully 2 more live streams today. One to come back on the Elvis is the Man thing. And then tonight, around 8 p.m. UK time, we're going to do the Linda Thompson thing. Probably. Okay, guys, we're out of here. Look, my brother is on, but his timing is so terrible. Anyone want to say hello to my brother, Andreas? Andreas is my twin. Yeah, Gene, you're late, mate, because we're going. Goodbye, everyone. Brother, I'm going off now because I've been on for an hour and 20 minutes. So I want to go and sort the kids out. Take it easy, guys. I'm sending you all love. Thank you so much. We'll be back later for more. Bye, everyone. Carry on chatting, guys. Take care, everyone. Right.